Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Jonathan Glazier. I'm a director and an executive producer working in the industry, and I'm going to review today a 1 and 6 zeros on Channel 4 at 6 p.m. on a Sunday. Welcome to this, my YouTube channel, and I do try and reply to any comments, so do like and subscribe and comment away on whether you agree or passionately disagree about my programs. And this is a review of a 1 and 6 zeros. We'll have a look at the webpage presented by Dara Ó Briain, and it's a high jeopardy quiz show where winning 1 million is all about holding on to those 6 zeros. How much of a risk would you take? Okay, that's the logline on the website, and we can see the wonderful family from Durham who appeared in episode 1. And this is on the All 4 catch-up because the 6th of March has been and gone, but you can watch the other episodes at 6 p.m. on Channel 4. Okay, so let's get into what I thought about this particular programme. Well, first of all, it's produced by a friend of mine, Lynn Sutcliffe, who's brilliant and who used to work for me at the BBC. And the guy that came up and created it, probably with Lynn, I would think, or I hope I'm not doing a disservice because I don't know, is a wonderful guy called Hugh Rycroft, who's a very talented creator. But this is what I think about 1 and 6 zeros. They may possibly want to plug up their ears as I get into it. It's a perfectly fine example of a game show. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. With the experience of Lynn and the creative talent of Hugh, you'd expect nothing less. But we measure all game shows at the moment by The Chase, which is on ITV on weekdays, hosted by the wonderful Bradley Walsh. And it kind of goes to the essence of what game shows are, particularly early evening or daytime game shows. And that is something you can play along with at home. And for that to really work, you need a volume of questions. You need lots of questions to make it work. This is the game show that concentrates more on the personalities of the actual contestants. And that isn't always a good thing. You have to really cast your contestants well, because the first 4.5 minutes of this show are spent getting to know the contestants. Okay, there's the opening titles and a little bit of shenanigans about how the show works, but 4.5 minute chat to the contestants. They're lovely people, and they're funny people, and they're engaging people. And we have to always empathise with our protagonists, so we want them to win, and we want this family to win. A 1 and 6 zeros. Here's how it basically works. You start off with 1 and 6 zeros. So you have 7 questions to basically keep your £1 million, because every single time you get a question wrong, you lose one of the zeros. So it goes from 1 million to 100,000 to 10,000 to 1,000 to 100 and then to £1. Also, if you decide, you're showing the answers first, and so you can decide whether it's a question you might know the answer to. So in this particular episode, the first question is all about films. And so if you're good on your films and you've seen some of the films that are displayed in front of you, the film titles, you can have a pretty good idea that you might get the answer correct. However, if it was all classic Jane Eyre novels, I would immediately want to change the question because I'm not very good on Jane Eyre novels. But the price for doing that is, instead of it being 1 million times £1, it's now 1 million times 50p. So instantly you go down to 500,000. Similarly, if you do it again, it goes down to the next highest denomination in British cash currency, which I think is 20p, and so on, then 10p, 5p, until you're kind of back at the same thing. So you're losing money. Now, the trouble with diminishing prize pots is often the jeopardy seems to lessen, as you go through. But if you do empathise with the contestants, you also really, really, really want them to win some money. And so the disappointment when they've gone through heartache and they have no money left at the end is kind of palpable. So it's a little bit swings and roundabouts. But basically, the show, which lasts for a commercial hour, which is about 46 minutes of Channel 4's airtime, you only get 7 questions. That isn't to say there aren't a couple more, but you never find out the answers to that. That's if you see the answers and you don't find out what the question would have been and what the answer would have been. So the chase probably has more than 7 questions in its first 3 minutes on the Cash Builder. So there's a lot of questions, and that's really what engages people to play along at home. This has just 7 questions. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It's 15 questions between you and £1 million, but you might have 2 or 3 contestants per episode. And there's questions there, and we all enjoy shouting out the answers or competing with each other as our families sit on the sofa. I mean, Dara is brilliant in this because he has a lot of time to fill. He does chat to the contestants very, very well. He's funny, and we all like a bit of Dara, and he has that Irish charm. The contestants, as I say, play a crucial role in that, and they have to be cast really well. There's 3 contestants. Also, as we go through the show, we lose contestants to the back room where they can watch the remaining contestants play along. So then there's even a lot more. They can't hear each other, and apart from designated points in the show, so they can't help. But if the 2 people who've left, or the one person who's left, knows the answer, and the person who's got to answer the question doesn't, it creates a little bit more jeopardy and a bit more inter-family or into friendships. I guess I've only seen episode 1, but maybe into friendship kind of rivalry and repercussions if they get the question wrong and lose more money. But essentially, I don't find this hugely engaging. It follows the trend of get to know you, get to love you contestants, where we find out more about the contestants. Ultimately, do I care? Of course, I care about people, but really, selfishly, I just want to play along and show off that I can answer the questions or make a complete idiot of myself, which is more likely the case, that I know, that I think I know the answer, but I'm sadly misinformed or have misplaced confidence. So 1 and 6 zeros, do watch it. 6 o'clock on Channel 4 on a Sunday. It's something you can watch before Dancing on Ice comes on, or whatever your Sunday fare is. I'd be interested to know what you think of it. For me, it doesn't quite hit the spot because, as I say, The Chase is my yardstick of good game shows at the moment, and this isn't The Chase. It's very slow, and that's my criticism of it. In actual fact, we only get 1 question in the first 7 minutes 25 seconds question, and then it's answered. And also some of the breaks are in that kind of, find the answer out after the break. I did know who the Prime Minister of New Zealand was, and and so did the contestants, and I'd be quite surprised if a lot of people didn't know that. So there wasn't a lot of jeopardy in that break. More questions, hide the weaker questions in a game show. There will always be some that, for some people, are very easy, and we're all different. Some are very difficult. I'm quite good on the sort of physics questions and some of the art questions, whereas other members of my family are very good on a huge wide range of general knowledge questions. But if you ask a lot of questions, we all get a chance. If you only ask a couple, we don't all get a chance. And the weaker questions, as written, with the simpler answers, are often too exposed because there's only 7 questions in an episode. That is a 1 and 6 zeros. Watch it. Do comment below. I try and reply to every comment that's made on my reviews, and subscribe if you want to have a discussion or find out more about the behind-the-scenes workings of television. Thanks a lot for listening. Bye.